Hi everyone. In our today's class, we'll discuss about earthquakes and volcanoes. Lesson 2.1, Theme 2. What are volcanoes? A volcano is an opening in the earth crust through which molten magma, lava, molten rock, and ashes are wrapped. What is magma? Magma refers to molten material inside the earth's interior. When the molten material is ejected at the earth's surface through types of volcanoes. The shape of a volcano depends on the type of lava it contains. Very hot, runny lava produces gently sloping types of volcanoes. Active volcanoes are those that have erupted in recent time. Dormant volcanoes are what is chamber, vent, and crater. Chamber. It refers to the reservoir of magma located deep inside the volcano. What is earthquake? Earthquake: any sudden shaking of the ground caused by the passage of seismic waves through Earth's rock. What is focus? Subduction zone and epicenter. Focus refers to the place beneath the ground. Earthquakes caused by human activities: nuclear testing, building large dams, drilling for oil, natural gas, and coal. The instruments used to measure earthquakes are Richter scale to measure the magnitude, strength or force of earthquake. These are measured on the seismometer. Distribution of earthquakes and volcanoes. The distribution of the world's volcanoes and earthquakes is very uneven. They are mostly along plate boundaries, which are regions. Plate tectonics. Plate tectonics is a set of ideas that describe and explain the global distribution of earthquakes, volcanoes, fault mountains. You can see in the picture the names of those five main plates and a number of four plates. The structure of the earth. There are four main layers within the earth. Figure 2.6. The inner core is solid. It is Here you can see the picture of the structure of earth. Types of plate boundaries. There are a number of different types of plate boundary. Constructive boundary. Let's talk about constructive boundary. Two plates moves apart from each other, causing seafloor spreading. New oceanic crust is convergent boundaries. The oceanic crust moves toward the continental crust and sinks beneath it due to its great density. Convergent boundary means collision. Two continental crusts collide as neither can sink. Conservative boundaries, or you can say transform boundaries. Two plates slip sideways past each other but causes of earthquakes and volcanoes. Earthquakes are caused by the build-up of pressure that result from plate movement. Consequently, many earthquakes are found close to plate boundaries. When the rest of the plates move far enough, one of the two plates fault, which release large amount of energy that was stored up the tension, so this causes earthquakes. Volcanic activity frequently occurs on the boundaries of tectonic plates as the pressure within causes the magma below to rise up and explode or escape to the surface. Volcanic strength. The strength of a volcano is measured by the Volcanic Explosive Index (VEI). This is based on the amount of material ejected in the explosion, the height of the cloud it causes, and the amount of damage caused. An explosion above level 5 is considered to be very large and violent. A supervolcano is a volcano of VEI 8. The scale is logarithmic, so VEI 8 is 10 times more powerful than the VEI 7, 100 times powerful than VEI 6, and 1000 times powerful than VEI 5. Supervolcanoes tend to be much larger than normal volcanoes. The Yellowstone magma chamber, for example, is 50 km wide. The likely impact of a VEI-8 eruption include almost complete loss of life within about 1000 kilometers of the eruption, destruction of all crops and livestock leading to global famine, economic and social devastation. Natural hazards. A natural hazard is a natural event that causes damage to property and or disruption to normal life and may cause loss of life. Natural hazards involve hydrological, atmospheric and geological events. They are caused by the impact of natural events on the social and economic environment in which people live. Reasons for this include a rapid increase in population, especially in developing countries, increased level of urbanization, including more shanty towns, which are often located in hardiest environment, changing land use in rural areas, which results in flash floods, soil erosion, and landslides. A hazard refers to a potentially dangerous event or process. It becomes a disaster when it affects people and their property. Risk suggests that there is a possibility of loss of life or damage. Risk assessment is the study of the cost and benefit of living in a particular environment. Earthquakes. The extent of earthquake's damage is influenced by a number of factors: strength of earthquake and number of aftershock, population density, type of building, time of day, distance from the center, type of rocks and sediments, secondary hazards. Managing volcanoes. Spraying lava flows with water to cool them down and cause them to solidify. Digging divergent channels to divert lava flow away from the settlements, adding cold boulders to a lava flow in an attempt to cool the lava and stop it moving. Predicting volcanoes. The main method of predicting volcanoes include seismometer to record swarms of tiny earthquakes that occurs as the magma rises, chemical sensors to measure increased sulfur levels, laser to detect the physical swelling of the volcano, measurement of small scale uplift or subsidence, changes in rock stress and change in radon gas concentration. Ultrasound to monitor low frequency waves in the magma resulting from the surge of gas and molten rocks. Dealing with earthquakes. People cope with earthquakes in a number of ways. The three basic options from which they can choose are: do nothing and accept the hazard, adjusting to living in a hazardous environment, strengthen your home, or leave the area. The main ways of dealing with earthquake include better forecasting and warning, building designs, building location and emergency procedures. There are a number of ways of predicting and monitoring earthquakes. This include measuring crustal movement, small scale movement of plates, recording changes in electrical conductivity, noting strange and unusual animal behavior, for example among fish, checking historical evidence. There are possibly trends in the timing of earthquakes in some regions.